This is a collection of scrap hardwood, and I always hesitate throwing away hardwood. Black walnut, clear maple, olive wood, all kinds of ash I see in there. Anyway, I finally figured out something I could make with it. You can see there that I've started to glue pieces together. It's going to look like a 9x12 cutting board, but it's not going to be a cutting board. It's going to be something a little bit more unique. Okay, I'm cutting these into thinner pieces because I just don't like them that thick. Each of these is going to be cut in half, for example. And because the blade is so close to the fence, I'm using my thin push stick thing. Kind of looks like a submarine. Here's what the slope is going to be made out of. Basically, all of these pieces of hardwood. The finished size, right now it's 12 3/4 by 9.5, I think. Yeah, 9.5. I'm going to end up with something that's basically 9x12. That'll be the surface of the slope. And then there'll be a container, sort of like a little tunnel underneath one end of it that will be a place to put pencils or pens, and it will also provide the actual writing slope. I'm clamping them up in sections because the idea of doing it all at once, I can't figure out how to successfully clamp that without it going like that. So anyway, this is very similar to the way I've done other clamp ups of cutting boards. I just do them in sections and then I clamp the sections together. It should be fine. Okay, everything's had overnight to dry or cure or whatever happens with glue. I think that wax paper has done its service. Okay, everything is looking good. These two will be my outside pieces. Principally because this is already finished. And I think it would look good. But I have a problem with this one. It's kind of hard to see. But this side is perfectly flat. But this side, for some reason, I don't know if you can see that, it dips in the middle. Just a little bit. I could just clamp it to make that dip go away, but that would put so much tension on this particular glue joint that I think I'm going to run this edge on my jointer just to get a perfectly flat edge to it. I usually set my jointer at 1/64 of an inch. It just takes that little bit off with each pass, so I'm not going to lose much wood, but it'll make the joint less of a mechanical problem. Let's put that way. See right now, I don't know if you can see you can see that. You can see that. Okay, so that's up next. Okay, final clamp. Everything's flat or flattish on the bottom, and I'm going to be taking an awful lot off the top. So I'm starting with roughly 3/4 of an inch thickness. I'm probably going to take it down to 5/8 easily. And I'm going to do that on my DeWalt planer and then on my drum sander. I've got the washing machine going over there in the other part of the basement, but I wanted to point this out. I could tell as I was sanding that the paper had begun to slip. You can see that here. Here it's fine. Here it starts to slip. Really bad here. And so what I need to do is unhook that and reset this part of the sandpaper. Love this machine, hate this machine. Okay, I've already decided this is going to be the top. Put a T there and pencil. This will be the bottom. The reason why I chose this as the top is because I've taken the surface down as far as I can go using machines, and there's still a little bit of a gap here. This very thin piece is still too low. So I'm going to have to fill this area just down in those cracks with epoxy putty. However, I'm all out. I have to go to Ace, and if Ace doesn't have it, I'll try Lowe's to get some epoxy putty. I've got this stuff. This is dry pigment, burnt umber dry pigment that I have used since art school days to do egg temper paintings with. However, it's also a great pigment that can be used to mix in with epoxy putty and make it dark, which is what I want here. I don't want to have a light creamy epoxy patch here because that'll just stand out. I want it dark like this black walnut. So that's to come.